By the 27th century, humanity had found its role among the stars. Not as warlords or merchants, but as healers. They earned it through centuries of fire, pandemics, civil wars, collapses. Earth had clawed its way back from extinction more than once, and in doing so, crafted a culture centered on preservation. When humanity went interstellar, they brought medicine, not conquest. They would treat every species, regardless of biology or conflict. What made humans different wasn't just the tools. It was the way they treated every species, regardless of biology, culture, or conflict. They would kneel beside a bleeding Trinari, a tentacled Vexen, or a Scarthal drone, and treat them with the same urgency they gave their own. No treaties declared it. No laws enforced it. But over time, something stronger emerged. The Crimson Oath, a universal unwritten law. You do not harm a human wearing the Red Cross. Even in total war, the sight of a human medic, white suit, red emblem, brought silence to battlefields. Human triage ships were allowed to pass, unmolested. Enemy lines parted for their evacuation drones. The worst of rivals, the cold-blooded Kravari, the zealous Breck, even the hive-minded Scarthal, respected the tradition. Until one day, one of them didn't. The siege of Grellan IV was a mess. 3 factions fighting over an ancient alien cache. Amid the chaos, a neutral human medical shuttle, clearly marked and unarmed, descended to assist all wounded. It carried 6 medics, a trauma AI, and supplies for thousands. A Scarthal orbital battery locked on and fired. The medics died before they reached the surface. The Scarthal then transmitted footage. Red crosses burned into the ground. Human limbs. Looted medical crates. Silence followed, but not from humanity. From everyone else. Within 3 standard days, a Breck Crusade fleet, normally hostile to humanity, diverted from their holy war to engage Scarthal vessels in open combat. The Kravari Walklands, infamous for their disdain of human fragility, issued a rare joint communiqué. Those who kill healers have no honor. We go to war. The Trinari Collective, pacifists by doctrine, sent 40 medical ships to Earth's orbit, in thanks and in mourning. They painted red crosses on their hulls. Within a week, the Scarthal were surrounded, not by a single enemy, but by dozens. Species that had once feuded over territory now shared intel. Former enemies coordinated blockade points. Human medics who had served their injured were now defended by the very hands they once stitched and saved. The Galactic Council convened. For the first time in its history, a species was unanimously condemned not for genocide, but for the murder of those who preserve life. And humanity, they did not demand vengeance. They sent no ships, no soldiers, only this message. We are honored to have stood by your wounded. We never asked for protection. But we thank you, not for defending us, but for defending what is right. That year, the Red Cross was no longer just human. It became a vow, one shared across stars, species, and generations.